well as the best of 30 days of sketches with Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. This is actually the sketch from day 7, and I've had some wonky internet going on, and so I haven't been able to get all of my videos posted in the right order. I have lots of stuff coming up and lots of stuff that I've sort of had to just maybe postpone or just life. We've had tons and tons of rain and some flooding and just, yeah, stuff happens. But I definitely wanted to post this one because I absolutely love it. I'm using their new collection called Chaos and Love, which is a family themed collection. So as you can see here, I'm going through it all to kind of show you. There's the papers, the journaling cards, there is ephemera, and a beautiful stamp set. So I am kind of going through because this is definitely family themed. It revolves around all different kinds of families and families being unique. My family is in the collection, which is so super cool. And we are a family with adoption. But whatever unique family that you might have, this is definitely a perfect collection for you. But I love that Susie and Heather are so aware of wanting to make sure that their collections can apply to everybody and that you can really get the biggest bang for your buck. So there's tons and tons of family stuff in here, but also tons of kind of just generic patterns. So you don't have to use this for a family theme if you don't want to at all. You can definitely use this entire collection for a bunch of other layouts. Just go for the cool colors. These are really kind of different colors, very earthy tones. And yeah, so definitely you can get a lot of bang for your buck with this particular collection. I love the stamp set. Again, it has that family theme to it, but then it has other elements to it. So it's a great investment. Here I'm using the hearts. There's sort of a little row of hearts. So yeah, definitely go and check it out. And I will stop saying so yeah, I promise. And the sketch that I'm following for day 7 is from Ashley Horton. And for this series for the month of June, Christy went through all of the last 9 series and kind of looked for the sketches that were really popular, that seemed to get, the most kind of comments, or that a lot of designers and creators used and had fun with, and basically put together the best of 30 days of sketches. So that's what we're working with for all of June. And so this one is a sketch that was from a previous series, I think series 3, and just a really great one. So it made it into the best of. So you can go and see it at the beginning of the video. But basically, it's got just this really fun sort of cascading feeling to it, cascading hearts. It has a circular element, which I created with some blue watercolors. I just mixed a few different shades, kind of going for a bit of a darker watercolor that matches the blue that's in this collection. And then I stamped all around the edge. So that strip of hearts, or that row of hearts, I was able to bend it just enough to kind of fit my wonky circle. It's definitely not a perfect circle, so I had to adjust it a couple of times, but it bent really nicely and stamped beautifully. I say it every single time I create a Wild Whisper layout and use their stamp sets, but their stamps always stamps so beautifully. And so I just went right around the circle and kind of gave that circle a little bit of help to stand out from the background. And then I'll go ahead and put all of my hearts on top so you can see the different patterns that I've chosen. So I've got that really cool kind of floral, and then the other paper is sort of a cream with a bluish kind of teal in it, just these little squares. And this paper just has the word family repeating over and over again. And here I have this green heart paper. So you can really see, if I flipped over the paper that has the word family repeating, all of the papers would just really be kind of generic designs that don't necessarily have any kind of theme to them, which means you can definitely stretch this collection to fit all kinds of layouts, all kinds of themes, whatever your needs may be. This is actually a family photo. It's a road trip that we took a few years ago. So it's myself and the 3 oldest kids. We didn't have our little guy yet, and my nephew and my mom and dad. Sean unfortunately had to work, so he missed this particular trip, but my mom and dad were with me. So it's definitely a family photo. But it's not like a traditional family photo, I guess you could say. And so I like the idea of having the little words in the paper, but I didn't necessarily want to have family be the only focus or the only feature. So I really liked that I was able to play around with other patterns and have them do what I want them to do. So I just hand cut those hearts and placed them sort of from the biggest ones at the top, cascading all the way down through the picture. In the sketch, I think there's 2 small pictures, but I just have a 4x6 here. And then, you know me, I want to add extra embellishment. There isn't a ton of extra embellishment in Ashley's sketch, but there is a little bit. There's a few little spots with strips of paper, banners, and that kind of stuff. So I definitely wanted to add a few of those things. So I went into some of my new Heidi Swap embellishments, and I have the stickers that most of them aren't just single words. Most of it is actually phrases and different little sayings and stuff. And so I pulled a few of those out that I thought were kind of applicable in a blue that was pretty close to the blue in the collection. And then here I have her ephemera pack as well, and so I'm just going to add a few little things. I think I found 3 elements that have that kind of coppery gold foil to them, so that's what I'm going to use. Maybe I only find 2. Yes, I think I only have 2 of the copper, but it still has that sort of earthy tone to it, and so I really like that. It's not a bright shiny gold. It definitely matches the colors in the collection. I'm actually going to cut this tag in half because I kind of want to keep the other half. I love the color so much. And then I also did stamp a couple of little hearts from the stamp set. I just wanted to bring some really tiny little hearts into it, and rather than try to punch those out, I do actually have a small heart punch, but it's not that small. So I just decided to go ahead and stamp them. I'd already done that, so it was also an opportunity to kind of bring the black, because there really isn't any other black in the layout other than those stamped hearts. It kind of was able to spread that throughout the layout as well. And of course, for a little glitz and glam, I definitely have to add some sequins. So I pulled out my Wild Whisper sequin mixes. Those are created by Jody at Spiegelmom Scraps. And I just found some sequins, different shapes and sizes and style of sequins that sort of matched the colors of the hearts that I was going to put them on. Didn't have to be monochromatic necessarily, but just kind of generally those colors. So they don't totally stand out. They just kind of highlight some of those little clusters that I've created. And I'm going to do some bigger splatters here just so you see that blue color. Of course, I got it all over my hand, but that's okay. And then I'm going to add a title. These foam thickers, I know you guys have seen these a ton of times. I feel like I've used this so much, and look at how many are still left over. And the beauty of these stickers is that they have all these fun little curly cues and fancy little spots. And I've been able to actually MacGyver these so many times by using some of those little kind of, fancy extras that are in there to create A's. I'm totally out of vowels, I think, except for big E's. I think those are the only, I might have an O. Yep, I think I have an O. Oh, and I see some I's there, but no A's for sure. I think I've used all of my U's as different letters. They just, it's the thickers that keep on going because I'm able to figure out a way to make every letter that I need. So, and they have uppercase and lowercase. So I oftentimes will have to maybe take a couple different sizes and try to get them to all work together. But what a great pack. If I could find more of those in every color, I definitely would. And then I just grabbed those little Pink Fresh Studio little alphas to add the word family so that it kind of tucked into the word road trip. There, you can see it right there. And that's it. That is my layout. I love how this turned out, and this sketch is just so much fun to use and super versatile, so definitely give it a try. Please use my discount code DTGen at the Wild Whisper store. The link is down below and you can get 10% off your purchase. I also put the link for the playlist for the best of 30 days. There are hundreds of videos in that list, so go and check that out. And thank you so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. Click subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.